Nintendo could make Luigi's Mansion 4 the best game on Switch 2, or they could ruin the series, and right now they're heading in the wrong direction. Look, Luigi's Mansion 3 was basically perfect. Best graphics Nintendo had ever put on the Switch, best animation, best level design. Next level games basically peaked. And that's the problem, because now Nintendo has to figure it out. Where do you go after perfect? I've played every game in this series. I've been thinking about this for months, and there are 6 things that are going to decide whether Luigi's Mansion 4 is a masterpiece or a total letdown. And number 4, nobody's talking about. 1. The perfection trap. 2. Get out of the mansion. 3. Ghost town. 4. The gameplay shift. 5. Real co-op. And 6. Bigger stakes. Here's the problem with making a masterpiece. It becomes your worst enemy. Luigi's Mansion 3 had 17 complete unique floors. A pyramid, a pirate ship, a full working movie studio. So now what? Floor 18, a haunted cruise ship? You see how that becomes a dead end immediately? Going bigger in the same direction isn't evolution, it's just a taller building. That's the perfection trap. And if Nintendo walks straight into it, Luigi's Mansion 4 will feel like DLC, not a real sequel. So what's the answer? Not a new building, getting rid of the building entirely. Think about the series history for a second. The GameCube original was one tight, spooky hub. Dark Moon completely blew that. Multiple smaller mansions, mission-based structure, totally different feel. Then Luigi's Mansion 3 came back and perfected the single building idea. Every entry changed that formula, so the next jump has to be the biggest one yet. Luigi doesn't need a new haunted hotel, he needs a whole haunted town. Okay, but here's where it gets interesting, because a ghost town isn't just a bigger map, it fundamentally breaks and rebuilds every single mechanic in the game, and I want to show you exactly how. Imagine a town so paranormally wrecked that it's been literally erased from other maps. King Boo isn't trapping people in a hotel this time, he's building a permanent ghost kingdom. And instead of floors connected by an elevator, you get districts connecting by foggy, haunted streets. You start in the ghastly town square, your hub. Professor Egat's lab is in a creepy 1950s diner. From there, the whole town opens up. The spectral suburbs has a full neighborhood of smaller haunted houses, and buried inside it, a massive apartment building that's basically a classic Luigi's Mansion inside, an open world. That's something fans have wanted for years. Head down to the dreadful docks, misty waterfront, haunted aquarium, and the ghost ship boss battle, water puzzles, underwater ghosts, something the series has barely touched. The morbid medical district is a creepy abandoned hospital, perfect for classic horror tropes. And the finale, eerie entertainment zone, a crumbling movie palace where one room plays like a 1950s black and white monster movie, and the next room is a full-color sci-fi B-movie. Yes, really, the creative ceiling on that one is absolutely insane. A bigger map means absolutely nothing if the gameplay loop stays the same. And this is the thing I haven't seen anyone discuss. For a ghost town to actually work, it needs Metroidvania design, not just go to area, clear area, move on. We explore a district, be the boss, get an upgrade, and that upgrade doesn't just unlock the next area, it unlocks a hidden path back in the area you already finished. Backtracking that actually feels rewarding. Think about what that means. Every district you visit, you're also mentally knotting doors you couldn't open, passages that were blocked, ghosts you couldn't catch it. The whole town of Hollow becomes one giant interconnected puzzle box you slowly master. That's a completely different feel from take the elevator, clear the floor, take the elevator, and repeat. That's what separates a big game from a deep game. But here's the thing. Even if Nintendo nails the world design and the gameplay structure, there are still two things that could completely kill this game, and one of them is a character choice. Luigi was genuinely clever as a puzzle tool. I'm not going to pretend otherwise, but let's be honest, player 2 was just controlling a green copy of Luigi. Same moves, same vacuum, same everything. That's not co-op, that's two people playing the same character. Now imagine player 2 controls Polterpop instead. Suddenly, you have real asymmetric co-op. Polterpop tracks invisible ghosts by scent. He stuns smaller ghosts with a bark. He fits through gaps Luigi can't reach. He plays completely differently. It's not just two of the same anymore. It's a real team where both players feel essential. And that's the kind of co-op Nintendo can actually put on the box. Every Luigi's Mansion game has been about rescuing someone. Mario, the Toads, Iyad, but King Boo building a permanent ghost kingdom? That's a villain with a plan. Luigi isn't just escaping this time, he's dismantling an entire ghost civilization that has been growing in the dark for decades. That gives the story a real weight. And honestly, Luigi deserves it. He's always been the scared one, overlooked one, the guy who does all the work while Mario gets the credit. A threat this big could finally be his actual moment, not just another side quest for the Green Brother. Ghost Town is too ambitious. Nintendo won't do it. This is the same studio that built Breath of the Wild's open world and Tears of the Kingdom Sky Islands. Scale is not Nintendo's problem. Ambition is literally their brand. Just give us Luigi's Mansion 3 but bigger. Why change what works? We said that same thing before Dark Moon came out. Dark Moon completely changed the formula and ended up being most people's favorite. Trust the evolution. Metroidvania design doesn't fit Luigi's Mansion 3. Luigi's Mansion 3 already had upgrade gated progression. The suction cup, the burst, dark light. You just never had to go back to use them. The bones are already there. This is just building on what already exists. So, here's my honest final take. If Nintendo goes Ghost Town, Metroidvania structure, real asymmetric co-op, and gives Luigi a story with actual stakes, this becomes the best game Nintendo ships on Switch 2. Not one of the best. I'd give that version a 10 out of 10 before it even exists. But if they play it safe, if we get a 20-floor hotel with a new gimmick gadget, I'm giving it a 6. And 3 years from now, people will be saying, yeah, Luigi's Mansion 4 was fine. I don't want fine for Luigi. Do you know? Drop your number in the comments. What would you give the Ghost Town version versus the safe version? And if you enjoyed this clip, make sure to like, subscribe, and share with friends. I was David. Bye. Have a nice day.